Bloomberg special correspondent Willow Bay sat down exclusively with the Silicon Valley CEO who says that he can change the face of American cars. Willow joins me now once again live from LA. That's quite a claim there.
Yeah, I mean, they really believe they can do it smarter, faster, and better, and reinvent the business model for electric cars. You know, Margaret, as you mentioned, they do have their earnings call today. Investors are going to be listening very carefully to the management conversation. They're going to be looking carefully at that burn rate and the available cash on hand, and they'll want a progress report on the Model S. Now, industry analysts have said to us they really wonder if Tesla can bring that car to market in 2012 without going back into the capital markets to raise additional funds. So I began my interview with Elon Musk this week by asking him directly, can they bring the Model S to market in 2012 with the cash they have on hand?
Yeah, we actually feel very confident of being able to bring the Model S to market with the resources we have available, which includes obviously the proceeds from our IPO. But even if we didn't do the IPO, we would still have had enough resources to bring the Model S to market. We were fortunate enough to be awarded a Department of Energy loan of about $465 million, and we had an investment from Daimler. We had an investment from Toyota, and Toyota would have invested whether or not we were in public. So even without the public market proceeds, we were sufficiently capitalized to bring Model S to market. Doing the IPO and bringing in that extra cash was really about being able to do additional parallel developments and also to provide a cushion in case some of our expectations didn't turn out in case we were optimistic about certain expectations. But so far, in terms of the supply chain deals that we're doing, in terms of the costs of development, it is tracking to our expectations. So we feel pretty good about bringing this to market for what we think it's going to cost.
And you said it was tracking your expectations. What are your expectations about, when all is said and done, what it'll cost to bring the Model S to market?
Well, inclusive of powertrain and vehicle engineering, tooling, hardware, and all that, it's on the order of $400 million.
$400 million to bring it to market. Now, there are industry analysts who will say you can't bring a car to market for $450 million. It should cost $1 billion plus.
Well, and those analysts would be correct if they're talking about the conventional way in which the car industry does business. So if you look at something like the EV1 that General Motors did some time back, they spent over $1 billion on that program to bring a small number of cars to market with specifications much lower than our Tesla Roadster. But we can say, hey, look, empirically, we have brought a car to market. We have developed a revolutionary powertrain that far exceeds what any other car company has been able to do. We have an empirical benchmark for what we know we've been able to achieve and be much more capital efficient than is traditionally the case in the car business. And that's why we feel confident about the Model S.
He is confident about the Model S, but I asked him, what is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now? And he said scaling the company really is a big one. They're going to go from 500 cars to producing 20,000 cars a year, a fourfold increase. And he admits that's a sizable challenge.
Yeah, very capital intensive. And I'm sure, the comparison's always made to what happened with John DeLorean and the famous car from the 80s there. What did you ask Elon about that experience?
Elon alluded to it, and then I followed up on it, and he's actually developing a bit of a sense of humor about the comparisons. He said, if I had $1 for every time somebody compared me to DeLorean, I would not have needed this IPO.
Well, he
just feels like he defends his track record, saying we've got one car on the market, we've got the second one coming, and our ultimate plan is to mass produce affordable electric vehicles, and that's stage 3.
Well, it'll be amazing if he can do it. It's an interesting story to watch. He raised $250 million off of that IPO. So
yeah, exactly.
He's proved the naysayers wrong. We'll see if he can do it again.
He's skilled at winning over investors. That is for sure.